said, you think I'm stupid? I'm not the one who's gonna buy an Xbox One X. Wait 1 second, I have to call you back. Another one of these? I'm not regretting this. I guess I have to now, don't I? Okay, we might as well get this out of the way. I mean, can't be that bad, right?
As far as background information goes, this game was made in 2004. It's not one of those Jack-specific units. This one was marketed as a plug-and-play kids rather than a regular plug-and-play.
But how do I know the information about this game? It says on the back of the controller.
As far as the controller goes, they got creative this time and decided to make it look like SpongeBob's house. I think the SpongeBob image might be some sort of stock image because it's on my VHS tape and a lot of other merchandise that I've seen. I really like how the button is actually the window because it helps the button still be there without distracting from the design of the controller. However, I don't like the joystick. It feels all flimsy and unresponsive, but I mean I did buy this used, so I'm not entirely surprised. So we start the game and we get the name revealed, Spongebob Dilly Dabbler, along with that same stock image of SpongeBob. I swear, it must have been like the only image of SpongeBob the developers had on their desktop. Afterwards, we land on the menu. Get it? Land? Because they're underwater? Ha! Here's a list of games to select, but something that really bothers me is the lack of music. It makes this menu seem way more boring than it really needs to. But anyway, let's start with the first game on this list, Mr. Spongehead. I thought his name was Cheesehead, but whatever.
I just got jump scared by the only sound effect in the menu.
Oh, okay, I see what we've got here. It's a SpongeBob dress-up tool. You know those ones that you can play for free on crappy flash game sites? Seriously, all you do is change SpongeBob's eyes, nose, outfit, add on objects, and set poses. This is barely a video game. Okay, imagine you're a kid in 2004 sitting in a playground talking about the games you just got with your friends. First friend talks about getting Super Mario 64 DS. Another talks about getting Halo 2. And then you walk up with this plug-and-play with freaking Mr. Spongehead on it. You would leave that playground with no friends. Back on the subject, I really wish there was more to talk about, but what it comes down to is being the most basic mix and match game ever made. I've seen more interesting games being played on a piece of paper. Hey look, I've made a disturbing SpongeBob picture. Moving on. Next game up is Seaside Sliders. At least this actually looks like a game. Are you actually kidding me? It's literally just a slide puzzle. Usually play these games for free on computers when you're supposed to be doing work and you're feeling lazy. There is no excuse for this being here. I wish it's more of a game than the last option. Sure, there are different settings, images, and hint options, but that's not really helping the game's case at all. I suppose I'll explain how it works for your informed. There's a simple 3x3 puzzle with one piece missing, usually with a picture on it. It's scrambled up and it's your goal to get the picture back to normal.
It can take a while to solve these, not because they're difficult, but because you lose interest after playing these for 30 seconds.
Whatever, I guess I'll just attempt to solve it. There, I solved it, and let's move on. Okay, what's next on this list? Gary's Goose Art.
That's the name you went with?
I can make an hour-long rant about why his name is awful, but no one will watch that, so let's continue. Yes, this is literally just a Gary the Snail version of an Etch-a-Sketch. The difference is the sketch pad is green. It's hard to see where your line is going because Gary keeps covering it. Move over, Gary, I'm making a masterpiece. Don't even get me started on the terrible controls. Moving the joystick up, down, left, and right is fine, but moving in the diagonal area is super unresponsive, and even when you're holding the joystick right on it, it'll still move right before moving down right. None of this is helped by the most irritating drawing noise in video game history. Something this does have over Etch-a-Sketch is that you can lift Gary off the drawing and place him wherever you want. Well, since I'm done drawing, I might as well erase my work.
What does that even say?
Yeah, I can't quite figure this one out. I've never heard in any of the episodes, it barely fits with SpongeBob. It sounds like a poodle trying to bark from inside of a pool. Okay, this next one seems to be called Color Me Sponge Eye. I guess it's supposed to be spongy, but that totally looks like an eye. As for actual content, imagine Mario Paint, but the controller of a crappy and precise joystick is only the paint bucket tool. It is only pre-drawn images to color in. The closest thing I can really compare it to is that one dinosaur coloring game, but that's not exactly a compliment. The only other option that this thing has is it can change what image it's painting, but that doesn't really help its case. I couldn't even call this a drawing tool, it's more like a paint bucket simulator. You could call it a coloring book, but one, that's just a lazy excuse for not bothering to add a proper drawing tool, and two, you could add some sort of brush tool or something to make this more interesting. I don't really have anything else to talk about, so here's a SpongeBob image I colored in. The next game is called Krabby Fry Fest. Oh, so it's Simon Says. I'd be mad, but I mean this is an actual game. The goal is to see the ingredients that light up, and then you click on them in the right order to make a perfect Krabby Patty. If you get it right, the game awards you with a nice noise. I have to admit, it does make you feel very accomplished. If you get the order wrong, then SpongeBob will look at the sandwich for pure fear.
My sandwich tastes like a fried boot. My sandwich is a fried boot!
If you can create 4 Krabby Patties, then you'll be honored Employee of the Month. So this one technically has an ending. In fact, I even found a speedrun of this game. I guess they thought no one else would run it, why not?
Also, this game looks nice. It takes Simon Says and gives it a nice SpongeBob twist. It fits in perfectly. Overall, this game is alright. I'm fine with this one. They at least tried harder than they did with the slide puzzle. The next game on the list is Metal Shaving Makeover, which its picture is very weird. SpongeBob with a mustache. It looks like an old cartoon villain. Well, that was pointless. Time to go play the game. Oh, okay. Yup. I see. It's that thing. It's not entirely surprising because most of the games are just really basic games but spongified and put into a plug and play. The real complex gameplay of this one consists on selecting a picture, grab some metal, and playing with it. I suppose you could have mustache and Sandy, hair on Squidward, or...
In the arms of the angel, fly away.
I've noticed something while playing this. It's really boring. Moving around eyeing with a magnet sounds like it might have some entertainment value, but whenever you press the button, they just stick like glue, making it much harder to form images. This one was probably just thrown in at the last second to make it more appealing to biters, but it lacks depth and it's boring, so next. Finally, the last one. It's apparently called Mix and Match Patrick, and considering Mr. Spongehead's gameplay, my hopes are really down. Yep, this is basically what I expected out of this. Okay, so take Mr. Spongehead, but only limit it to 3 selectable options: add Patrick, poses from the TV show, an objective to match up the 3 portions of a pose, and some bubbles, and you have Mix and Match Patrick. But the problem is, it's basically a clone of the first one. It's kinda sad to see them repeat games despite the fact that there's only 7 slots. It's like they ran out of cheap games to rip off. Hey Paul, do we have that last game ready? No boss, we ran out of games to rip off. How do we run out of games? Okay, whatever. Just take that Spongehead game, whatever, and change it slightly. They won't notice. Okay, Paul. Let's hope it works. Hurry up. We don't have much time. This game is definitely just the people running of ideas. The game doesn't even give a word for playing it. It just resets and you move on. It's fairly disappointing. Look, there's my monstrous creation. How dare you refuse my art? That's incredibly rude. Okay, I'm done talking about this one. So I've gone over all 7 games. It's time to explain if the game is good or not. First of all, out of all the 7 games, I found only 2 games I consider good enough to even be called games. The other 5 were mostly rushed to make a deadline. Considering that the famous one is drawing, but there's only really 3 games that can be technically called drawing games, that's not exactly that amazing of showing off the concept of the machine. This also has almost no replay value, especially because there's almost no regular value to be found. These games would have been better off as Nick Flash games, because then they would have been free, but nope, just throw them into a piece of plastic and sell them. I suppose this isn't in my age group with the title Plug and Employ Kids, but that shouldn't really be an excuse for the games being awful. That's like Heavy Iron, instead of making Valve Bikini Bottom, they decided, nah, it's a kids game, let's just make SpongeBob Gunning Simulator. That wouldn't make any sense. Even the leaps there made a more entertaining SpongeBob game on the system, and that was meant for preschoolers. Now that I think about it, I'd much rather review that game. Oh well, that's for another day. You might be saying, okay Ninjastar, you've been hanging on this game a lot, but there must be some positive aspects, right? You'll be right. Look how the shell of the controller looks nice, and it's nicely molded. Also, the SpongeBob twists of some classic games are nice as well, making you feel like they genuinely tried on that aspect. But the problem is, the games themselves don't justify the cost of the whole package. Okay, let's see how much this thing cost. $21. Even on Amazon it's $20. I think my point still stands. By the way, if you're wondering how I got mine, I got it for $5 at a flea market my family drove for 3 hours to get to. And I not expect it to be worth this much, even on Amazon. Anyway, for as if it's worth it or not, maybe just have a kid that's really into SpongeBob and you find it real cheap, then sure, I guess I'd recommend it for that narrow demographic. I guess I have to give it some pointless number review, so I'll say 4 out of 10. Although I did rip on this game a lot for not being very fun, it's kind of a light and short burst. Also, the SpongeBob twist and everything is charming. This one, but let's reserve this one for hardcore fans of children. This is Ninjastar Compass, signing out, and if you excuse me, I have some very important errands to run. Hey guys, I just finished editing the video, and sorry it took so long. I was kind of on hiatus for a little bit because I didn't have any like tools to edit videos with, but now I'm finally done. It's kind of funny because all the stuff I used to make this video are actually completely outdated now. I got a new camera, I got a new editor, I got a new microphone, and yeah. This video was interesting to make. It took over a year, which I'm not really that proud of, but I promise the next one won't take this long. I finished the script already, so it should be out, like, I don't know. It definitely won't take a year, that's all I'm saying. So yeah, I don't know, I'm moving soon. I'll probably film it after I move. That'll be more convenient. So yeah, thanks for watching, and see ya.